Hey there YouTube, Parrish Plays here, following up last week's video. Now that you've made the sale of your Pokemon or trading cards, how do you ship them out safely and securely to ensure you get that positive feedback? So who am I? I'm Parrish Plays, level 4 TCGPlayer seller, and also have over 300 eBay feedback, all positive, 100% positive feedback rating. So I'm going to go over today how to ship your Pokemon cards. And the reason for this is I've been buying a lot of cards recently, and some of the people shipped them out in very interesting ways, including one person who shipped me one single card in a large flat rate USPS mailer, and that's like 20 bucks. So I don't know if they paid 20 bucks to ship that to me, but that's not it. That's not how you do it. So I'm going to go over how to do that. I'm going to break it down into 3 sections. One is the TCGPlayer cards that are under $20 that sell. How do you ship those? The eBay sales over $20, and then the eBay sales of PSA cards, so like 30, 40, 50 bucks. I'm going to go over all those. I'll have them broken down into sections, so if you only have interest in one of those sections, just go ahead and find that in the description down below. I also have links to everything I use to sell, and again, I'll have affiliate links down below, but most of the stuff just comes from Amazon. You could find it at your local Walmart. Especially if you're just getting started, I don't suggest going out and buying a million envelopes just to get that cost per envelope down. See if you're gonna like it, see if you're gonna continue doing the sales. Just go out and buy a pack of 100 envelopes, even if it's gonna be a little more expensive up front. I think it'll be worth it in the long run, so you don't waste a lot of money or waste a lot of time. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So I'm gonna quick go over what all I have to ship this first card, and this is a TCGPlayer sale under $20. I've got the card, I've got penny sleeves and top loaders, which I just get from Ultra Pro. Super basic, no reason to change what works. I've got team bags here, I'll go over those. A piece of white paper, just a piece of computer paper here, you'll see why in a second. Obviously the envelope, I have these self-sealing envelopes, so I don't have to lick it or anything like that. Stamps and a roll of tape. You're gonna need one little piece of tape. And then if you've got like business cards or anything extra you want to send with the cards, you can do that as well. I've got little stickers here. So again, you just made the sale. The card is in a top loader and a sleeve. The reason I use top loader is because of the team bags I use. You can use card savers, but they're a little bit bigger, and this method I use uses top loaders just perfectly. But you definitely need the team bag, because I've seen when you're shipping, sometimes I get a card that's been bouncing around, and it can come out of the top loader, and it can even come out of the sleeve, so it'll be like something like that and then like that in there, and so that can cause this edge to get some damage on it during shipping. So we definitely don't want that, so that's why we use the team bags. So as I said, you've got the card here, slide it in the team bag, slide in any of your promotional material or any extra cards that you want to send. I generally don't send extra cards, but I do send these little stickers. People love stickers. It kind of advertises that I'm on YouTube and Twitch, but more importantly, it just gets my name and my brand out there. So if people see this sticker and then they see me comment, on a YouTube video or Instagram or anything like that, they're gonna know that, hey, I've seen that little guy before. So that's kind of why we do that. Again, you take this little thing off. Also, side note, these are the worst. They get stuck everywhere. These and the PSA things that I'm going to show you later, it's awful. They get stuck everywhere. So what I do is I kind of make sure that all the air is out of this. So you don't want to be sealing this with a ton of air, because that can cause some issues too. And it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you fold this on the back, but it really doesn't matter either way. And then the reason you've got the piece of tape here, just take one little piece like this, and you're going to roll it up. And then once you've got that piece of tape and you've got your paper here, you're going to fold this paper up into thirds, and this is going to fit right inside your envelope. But what you're going to do is you're going to tape this card to it, so the card isn't just sliding around in the envelope. So what you can do, and what I often do, is write a little note in here, thank you for your purchase, leave feedback, anything like that. A lot of times what I'll do is, hey, if you're showing off your card, if you get your mail day, tag me online in your socials. And I've gotten some pretty good responses. I mean, I have a ton of sales and only 2 or 3 people have ever done it, but it's really neat to see when your card goes to someone and they're happy, so they're showing off the mail day and they tag you in it. I think that's really neat, so I try to write as many notes in here as I can, especially, I'm not making 100 sales a day, so I'm not making a ton of sales. So again, put the piece of tape on there, put the card in there. That way, again, your card isn't going to be sliding around everywhere, because I've gotten a ton of cards where people have these big envelopes, they just throw the card in there, and the card's just jostling around. And then again, especially if you're not using a team bag, it's going to fall right out of that top loader, and it could come damaged. So You're gonna peel this off, stick that on there, and then you've got your envelope. And again, you know how to ship an envelope. Put a stamp up here, put your return address up here, put whoever it's going to down there. You can mail out and use like the ones with the open window right here, so you don't have to write it out, but I don't mind writing it out. Again, if you've got decent handwriting and you make sure you're not making any mistakes, you can do it that way, but I've had no issues with just writing it down. And again, I'm not making 200 sales a day, so it's not a huge deal for me, but if you were, you could look for a different option. But this will get you started, and this will ship 99% of your cards if you're just starting out on TCGPlayer, so that's where I would suggest. If you have a card that's over $20 on TCGPlayer, that is a little bit different of an issue. So TCGPlayer requires tracking on cards over 20 bucks. So if you're doing it that way, you're not going to have it tracking. You're just going to ship it without tracking and all that. If you do want tracking, you sell a card, say I sold this on TCGPlayer, they require tracking. So what I do is I have to go to USPS or FedEx or whatever, get a label from them, and then enter that tracking number into TCGPlayer. So because that's kind of a convoluted way of doing it, whereas eBay, if you make the sale, they handle all the shipping on the back end. You just have to purchase the label right there from them, and then you can print the label or whatever. You don't have to do it in a separate transaction. So I will always go to, as I said in my last video, anything over 20 bucks is going to eBay. So let's assume I just sold this card here for over 20 bucks and I sold it on eBay. Again, if it was TCGPlayer, I would do it the same way as eBay. I would just print the shipping label off in a different website. But for our purposes, let's assume that we've got it here. We sold it on eBay. So they would have the back end. They would have purchase shipping label. So I would do that based on my shipping weights, which usually this is going to be under 4 ounces, which keeps the price down. And then this is like a 641 envelope or something like that. But it's the cheapest shipping option they have available. It usually comes out to about $4 or something like that. So not too bad anyway. But again, same thing. You're going to want your card here sleeved and top loaded, and then again have the team back here. And again, this is so important, and I keep saying again, so like take a drink of water every time I say again, and you'll be very well hydrated by the end of it. So put this team bag, or put this card in the team bag, get all the air out of it, and this just keeps it a little bit more safe. People put tape over the top of this, and that's okay too, but again, I've seen it where the card actually starts coming out and then it gets stuck to the tape, and then you're trying to pull the tape off the card and make sure it doesn't damage anything. I firmly believe this is the cleanest way to do it, and these team bags are pretty cheap. I mean, I'll show you the price per unit, either in the end or in a breakdown, and it's really not bad. I mean, it's worth it to send the card that's going to make sure it gets there safely and all that. So once you've got that, some people use painter's tape, and that can be a good way, but I'm just going to get 4 pieces of this real quick, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm putting tape on each side of this. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of tape on here, and again, doing that just to keep it safe and secure, so it's not sliding around in there. You can use painter's tape. I've seen people use painter's tape because it's a little bit easier to get off, but as long as you're using a team bag, it's not going to be a problem because it's not going to stick to anything, and whoever gets this can just cut it out of there, and that'll be fine. So your card is secure. It's got a little bit extra protection here from this cardboard, and obviously the top loader is going to keep it safe and all that. And I've got this little black bubble mailer here. Is the perfect size for these, and all you do is slide it in here. You can put some bubble wrap around this, but the inside of these, are bubble protected too. So if you want extra protection, you can go ahead and do that, but otherwise you're going to be safe. And then you can just close this up. You can even pull it down to get rid of that extra space up there, and do it that way. And then all you do is slap the label on here. So if you've got a Rollo label printer, again, I'll put that in the description. That thing is amazing. That thing changed my life. Honestly, it makes it so easy. Just print the label off, peel it off, and stick it on there, and it's so easy. Otherwise, if you've got a printer, again, I wouldn't suggest buying that right away if you're just starting out. Use the printer method, print it out, cut it out, and then tape it on here. It is a little bit more work, but you save yourself the money of that label printer. And if you're not going to like the process, don't waste your money on the label printer. Buy that once you've got some profits from this that you can just roll right in there. So that's going to be section 2, which is how to sell your above $20 cards on eBay, single cards. So, and the third one will be shipping a PSA card you've sold from eBay. So I'll get all those supplies and then show you that one here shortly. And I think that one's the easiest, so I'll catch you on the other side. Alright, so you've got your card here that you just sold, and I put it in one of these PSA cardboard gold perfect fit sleeves, and it again fits fits perfectly. So I love these things. Again, just a little bit more protection from scratching or anything like that. So just a little bit, another extra layer of protection for PSA cards, again, for the customer. And then you've got your tape here. You need a little one of these roller tapes, and again, I got mine off Amazon. That's to tape up this box. You do need some bubble wrap. Again, this is really cheap, so it's not too expensive. And again, I suggest starting to just go out to your local Walmart or something and buying this, or Staples, Home, whatever. Buying this at first to see if you like it, and then if you do, you can do that. And then these boxes right here, I'll hold it up here. These are absolutely perfect for PSA cards. So I will put this exact box and where I get it in the description, because like I said, you'll see in a second, these are just perfect for PSA cards once you put them together. So I'll show you here kind of quick how to put them together. You just fold these up and over to make the box sort of structure right here, and then you fold these little wings in and up. So you've got both of these, fold them in, or fold them up first and then fold them in, and then you fold these right and left sides to kind of close down over it, and you can push that back. And then lock that in right there, lock that in right there, and then you've got your box that's perfect. So then once you've got your box, you can pull out your PSA card, and again, this card is... So once you've got your box, then you can get your PSA card that you just sold, and this one is actually going to be given away. So go check out my last PSA return video. I've been giving away one PSA card with each return. So comment on my last video to get a chance to win this beautiful card. But once whoever wins, I'm going to ship it the same way. But it works the same way for eBay. So you're going to rip this right down the middle. They come in 12-inch sections, I think. But if it doesn't rip cleanly, that's okay because of the way we ship these anyway. So it really doesn't matter. And I might have just cut that a little bit short, but that's okay. So you're going to take your card, and I have this little sticker, but you can have a business card or whatever. I think ideally I would have a business card with a QR code to all my socials, my eBay page, all that stuff. And you're just going to wrap it up real nice like this, just for a little extra protection. Fold that up, fold it in, fold it up. And then you're going to put it in the box, just like that. And then this extra piece right here, so you'll use 2 pieces for every shipping container that you have. Just put that right on top, and that keeps it from sliding around. There's no movement in there, anything like that. Close the box, and it's good to go. Easy. So then you just tape it up, you know, put one piece across here, one piece across here, and then I do one big piece that goes across here to kind of seal that up, make sure nothing's getting inside, but then you're ready to go. So that is how to ship your cards on TCGPlayer and eBay. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of this video. If you have any suggestions how to do it better or anything like that, I'm always looking to improve. Subscribe to the channel if you're into that. I've got more of this content coming, but then I've got my PSA returns that I get back every month, and everything like that, and trying to get into openings a little bit more. So let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see more of, and if you stuck around this long, I really appreciate you guys. Let me know if you have any other questions about selling Pokemon cards, Magic cards, anything like that in general, and I will get to those. Again, I answer every comment because I'm not big enough that I have to ignore the comments, so leave a comment and I'll get back to you. So I love the interaction and all that, but let me know what you guys think of the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!